Hello, everybody, and welcome to this very first episode of Friday Night Frenzy. Today, we have a very special episode for you. And joining me on this very momentous occasion is the man himself, Jared from Comics League.
It's Morbin time!
Morvin or Morbin?
Morbin, I had to do that. How you doing, Nick?
Overrated vampire!
BS plot!
Sony's so dumb they fell for memes.
Really stupid dancing!
Oh, I didn't know we were talking about Ghostbusters 2016.
Nice.
Oh, that was a bad joke. But I don't care, because today's a good day. Today's a really good day because the comics are here.
Ooh.
You know? So, a little bit of backstory for people. In May, I did an Indiegogo for my comic Torrent Samurai issue 2. And through the help of a lot of very generous backers, I was able to secure an order. So we're going to do an unboxing here. We're going to show everyone it is, and we're going to have some fun. So you ready, Comics League?
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Oh yeah. So in this box is something is like we're gonna start with the really, really special stuff because I have no sense of pacing and I don't care.
It's all good. It's your show.
Yep. All right, just gonna tilt the camera down a little bit, and All right, so this is the backer edition of Torrent Samurai issue 2 with the foil. Here, kind of check out how the foil looks.
The foil looks fantastic.
Yes. And then for those other people, this is the regular edition of foil. I mean the hollow foil, and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's 25 of each of these, and then I mentioned that they are going to be hand numbered. So you see like that little space in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take a Sharpie, and there's a Sharpie down here. I can actually do it live on cam. Kind of show people, whatever. Very careful. These are valuable. All right. Kind of show the shot and whatnot. Like, seriously, look at that foil. It looks beautiful.
That looks so good.
And then here's the interiors for you,
Ooh.
So, take the Sharpie. Voila.
Sweet.
Hand numbered, hand signed. This may or may not go to me. There's 25 of them, and then one of them, the hollow foil, will be going to Arvell Jones, my very illustrious cover artist, who I am very happy for. Which, by the way, I don't know if you heard about this or not, but DC Comics is doing a new milestone initiative, and guess who's working on a book for DC Comics? Arvell Jones, my buddy and pal.
That is so awesome.
So I can officially say that issue 2 has a cover by a current DC artist.
Put that in the credits at the end. DC Comics artist.
Oh yeah, I will be promoting that. Yeah, I will be definitely. Oh yeah. Let's just, so I got this big box right here. What's in the box? Oh! So basically, the amount to what I ordered was there was 500 of the regular issue 2, 100 of the regular issue 1, and then 25 of each of the foils. So totaling 650 comics. All right.
Mm-hmm. That's such a great flip of the knife.
Yeah. Trying to be right. They say knife safe. You always do it away from you. So
course. My mom has no conception of knife safety. She always cuts towards herself, and I'm like, well, you're gonna cut yourself one day.
I mean, I've cut myself, but that's just my own damn fault. All right. Okay. These are the regular edition of Current Samurai. Yep. So these are done by Comics Wellspring. Yes, smash that like button. That is a very, very important. So these are the regular editions of Current Samurai. There's 500 of these, you know. It's very good that you commented, because I have something of an honor for you.
I feel so honored.
You have been wrenched. Comics
Awesome.
League has been wrenched. He has been awarded the wrench. He has,
I got promoted.
Yes, you're going up in the world, my friend. You are going up in the world. Yeah, I've had this knife for years. It's like your old standby, and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, so these are issue 1. I mean issue 2. I mean, and then as
dope.
Yep. There's the credits page and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the paper it's kind of more of it's not as much more of a matte material. It actually feels really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Comics Wellspring did a really good job with this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really happy. I'm kind of just peeking through it myself.
Yeah, I may use them from my book.
Yeah, you won't be disappointed. What helps is they're really 30 minutes from my house, so it's just just drive up there and pick them up and whatnot. And that's what I was doing earlier today. So, basically, my plan is I'm going to be shipping out in July.
Mm-hmm.
I will be sending out a few of them to people, kind of just to test things, just kind of like people I trust, because to kind of get out the kinks of any shipping errors and whatnot, and then start shipping out in July. Hopefully, ship out everything, but at least kind of ship out as much as I can. I plan to have everything shipped no later than September 1st. That's the cutoff date for everything. So not too bad. Not too
awesome!
bad.
It looks great.
Yep, I still have to print off the cards, and then that'll be done probably in July. And yeah, so I have a contest to announce.
Ooh.
Yeah, this one, I'll be kind of talking about it more when I start shipping, but so I've been talking about the super secret project I've been doing, and then I've been talking about the next project, Turn Samurai's coming out in issue 3's coming out in the spring, so what's coming out this fall? Well, the details are in these books. Inside this book is the hint to the next one. So all you have to do is find it, and then take a picture of it, post it on Twitter, tag me in it, and you will get a free copy, free physical copy, free shipping, and free copy of the book when it comes Indiegogo in October.
Is it that thing you told me about earlier?
Yeah, which kind of invalidates you from the contest, so I'm sorry.
No, unfortunately. I'm like, all right.
But yeah, so that's what I got, and also just kind of to show off, I got a bunch of Gemini mailers right here. I ordered some through Comics Wellspring. They're in my car right now, but those I got courtesy of my buddy Luke Stone. So thank you, man. You're the best. So yeah, that kind of went out a little bit quicker than I thought. So how are you doing, Jared? What do you got going?
Doing pretty well. Just checked out a new LCS today and just got a stack of books that I've been digging into and enjoying. Just enjoying the world of comic book YouTube. I'm seeing Jurassic World tonight.
Oh yeah, I've heard mixed things about that.
Yeah, I generally have a positive opinion of most movies, as you know, except for Justice League, which is the biggest piece of human excrement I could ever say. Hey,
Yeah. Hey, Aardvark. I actually interviewed him a few days ago. He's actually a really cool guy.
Cool. But yeah, so I'm doing that. I'm thinking about doing a video covering the Ezra Miller craziness right now because it's inevitably going to affect the DCEU and the Snyderverse and all that stuff.
Oh, that kind of reminds me. I need to. There's something I need to pull up. So keep talking.
Yeah. So basically, what's kind of interesting is that with the more Ezra Miller's name shows up in the news at this point, the more likely it is that the Flash movie is just going to get pulled because at this point they can't release it because if they release it in theaters, it's going to be and they do a press tour. What's going to be the all the questions about? Tell us about this person you kidnapped.
So I decided to do a bit of a shit post, and this is okay. If you can't hear it, let me know.
You have to put the sound on. It's muted.
Oh yeah, that's me. I'm stupid.
Well, she sneaks around the world from New York to Carolina. She's a sticky-fingered filcher from Berlin down to Belize. Take me for a ride on a slow boat to China. Tell me where in the world is
That is so good.
singing the blues. Well, they never Arkansas her steel. We come from the jungle. Tell me
Where in the world is
The thing is, that song goes on for like 2 minutes, and I figured the joke would probably get a little bit old if I kept going on about it, so I just kind of cut off at the second go around.
That is just so good. Oh, that's so much better than I thought it was gonna be. Oh, jeez.
So since we've had a few new people kind of come in, they might have missed like the big kind of first 10 minutes. So I wanted to kind of show off, this is a comic. This is what it looks like and all, and it's all goodness and whatnot, And then as far as the hollow foil, here's the backer edition with its hand numbered and then hand signed and whatnot. Oh, they did such a good job.
Mm-hmm. That was great.
See this, honestly, with the Ezra Miller situation, it really just highlights the discrepancy between the treatment of Ezra and then Amber and Johnny.
Oh yeah. It's really interesting because it's like,
I mean, like, Ezra is literally kidnapping someone. Oh wow, we just lost like 3 people.
and possibly could have
groomed.
Yeah, exactly. A 12-year-old girl. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, and I put this on Twitter. This would be a great opportunity for DC to go, and Wally West shows up.
Yes, it's Wally West, who miraculously looks like Grant Gustin.
Oh, did I really want Grant Gustin? I want Dylan O'Brien from the Maze running to play the Flash if they were to recast him. I think he'd do great.
Honestly, he'd make a good Nightwing.
Yeah, I could see him as Dick Grayson.
That reminds me of this one Teen Titans meme I have. It's like, how do you get Dick? Where Starfire asks, how do you get Dick from Richard? And then he just smiles and says, "You asked nicely."
That's true. Comic Storian was doing a video about how YouTube kept demonetizing their video because they did one about Nightwing and kept saying Dick like 80 times.
I mean, it's like, what did you expect me to do? Would you rather
Richard.
Would you rather I just replace it with Wabbit? Like that pronunciation? Like Wabbit Grayson.
Yeah, it's like, I'm like, come on, guys.
And then Starfire said, Hey, Wabbit, what are you doing?
I love. Did you see that one animated movie where where they keep making hints that Starfire and Nightwing are sleeping together, and it's like Starfire goes, "Oh, Dick is very gifted in," and then Nightwing interrupts and goes, "Corey."
Yeah, those animated movies, those are so good.
Those are real, except for Hush. But
Fun fact. Nightwing is voiced by the guy who played Simon Tam on Firefly.
Really? I didn't know that. The only good thing that Joss Whedon has ever produced. I will go on record and say that.
I do like Buffy, though. I will.
Okay. That's true. I've never seen that. Plus, I did enjoy his X-Men run, so...
Oh, that's blasphemy. I mean, didn't you know everyone's decided that run is now bad? It's bad now. Didn't you know that? Like, I know the past 15 years have been saying how amazing it is, but we've all decided it's bad now because Joss Whedon's bad. I mean, don't you know? Groupthink, like doublespeak.
Well, I'm a dude who loves Jeff Johns' Green Lantern, so I'm a big fan of separating art from artists, which I think is really something that everyone really has to adopt because
I mean I agree because like I love Tom Cruise movies, even though Tom Cruise is a really complicated person for me because like yeah, he's got some really weird politics, but like everyone who deals with him on set say he's like the best, nicest guy on set. Like it's like the reason why he keeps getting movies is because apparently he's really great to work with. So
yeah,
it's like, and then you got like everyone's like, oh, Orson Scott Card homophobic, and it's like, but Ender's Game is really good,
except for the movie. But that's like anytime you have a book based on a movie based on a book. But yeah, Ender's Game is fantastic. I started part 2 of that book, like the next.
What
one.
do you mean part 2? Because it's kind of like that whole series is kind of a spider web, where that book is the center of it, and there's all these different branches of it. Like,
oh yeah, it's the book that follows Bean.
Oh, Ender's Shadow.
Yeah, I started
and that leads into the Hedgemon trilogy because like there's another branch there called the Speaker trilogy, which stars Ender 3,000 years later, and it's very, very different.
3,000? Wait, he's immortal?
It's kind of a weird thing with the way FTL works in the Enderverse, where basically, when like let's say a trip from one planet to another may take 2 weeks for you in like FTL time, it'll take 50 years in real time.
Oh, okay.
So Ender's been hopping around the universe with his sister Valentine, and so that's how so it's like physically he's about 30, 35, 40, but like he's been hopping around for 4,000 years.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, those books are great. Or it's like if people will call Ethan Van Sciver a Nazi, but that dude can draw a damn good comic book. I'm like, you're missing out on talent. I'm like, what?
Like, there's lots of things you can say about EVS. Nazi is really not one of them.
Yeah, I'm like, have you heard the guy speak?
I mean, in my opinion, at most, he's a divisive figure. That's like the worst thing I'll say about him.
Oh, he's absolutely divisive, but to say he's a hateful dude?
No.
No. But
you might pity the fool from time to time, but that's about it.
Yeah, but what people don't realize is that he's a troll. He says half the stuff he puts on Twitter just to rile people up.
No, he's a frog. A cyber frog.
Oh, speaking of cyber frog.
Yes, please show that.
I have the Blood Honey box. I backed it on Indiegogo. This thing is super cool. And
is that foil? I see?
Yes, it is. It's
that
foil.
That looks beautiful.
And then inside, because I got the stuffed box, which basically means that I got everything associated with the campaign. I got trading cards. I'll show those in a second. Then we have these acetate covers by Dale Keown. And what these are, I'll open these up real quick. What these, all three of these are, is they're a variant cover of the Drained book. And what the Drained book is, all these are signed by EBS himself.
Oh, nice.
And what these are, here's the acetate. Hang on, camera. And then it has all the line work of the book. In other words, no lettering, no colors. It's just a line and inking.
That is really cool. Honestly.
And then it has, putting this back in the bag. Then it also came with the Cyberfrog Art of John Malin, which is every Cyberfrog drawing that John Malin has ever done.
Nice.
And then we have got I also have the Shane Davis cover, and Davis, for those of you that may recognize his work, if you read Superman Earth 1, he's the artist for that.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Then we have these two. So these two, the actual books, but you have a black and a silver one. And that's where you get, yes.
Yes.
By
So I love the foil, but I may be a little more biased, and I'm also doing this because like people keep popping in. I like mine better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. And then we have, here's the actual book with the colors and the lettering and all that.
Ooh, that's very vibrant. I like it.
Yeah. That's the thing, and this was evident to me when I started reading the Green Lantern run he did with Jeff Johns. What EVS does really well is drawing the details, because it's like when you look at like his Green Lantern run, there was a scene where Hal, John, Kyle, Guy, and Kilowog are fighting Parallax, and in addition to Jeff Johns' fantastic writing, EVS draws each of their constructs differently. Like John Stewart's is more precise because he's an architect. Kyle is more like artistic because he's an artist, and Kilowog is more like a cannon. So in other words, that's.
I'm sorry, but that description of Kilowog is so perfect.
Yeah, it is a cannon. By the way, so
I'm really sad because like one of the best things the Green Lantern movie did was cast Michael Hurt Duncan as Kilowog.
Oh yeah,
which was such perfect casting. Like Michael Clark Duncan as Kilowog was so perfect. Like him as Kilowog was so perfect.
Here are these art cards.
Nice.
These are all characters from Cyberpunk. But yeah, I agree that there are a lot of things that the Green Lantern movie did really well. Right, that is Santa Claus.
I got some cards to show off.
Sweet. Yeah, I can do that in a second.
Okay.
And then these two. Let's see them cards.
So I have set 1, Return of Samurai.
Ooh!
I printed these off for issue 1. Anyone who backed enough to get set 1, this is what you'll be getting. So I'm also going to be doing a set 2 plus a mystery card or 2.
Ooh, I can't wait.
So yeah, Hero right here.
Oh, so
and then
cool.
That's the back. You can all see it. I color coded it to their elements. So that's Didkin character you see. By the way, a lot of these are using alternate art from like different takes I had on the book and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. That's so cool how you have like all their stats and stuff.
Yeah, I was trying to make it. I was kind of modeled it after like top trading cards.
Mm-hmm.
There is Nishi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like these are using different art and whatnot. Because like great. I had like a bunch of different artists kind of work on things. Kind of had to go through a few, and then finally settled on Brian.
That's
so
the advantage. That's the advantage I think that the crowdfunding comics industry has, as opposed to the mainstream one, because with the crowdfunding, they give you more than just a book. Like EVS gave us this. You're giving cards. It's like, see, this is what I think the mainstream comic book industry should adopt: is give you other things for the comic book.
I mean, if you look back at like old school PC games from like the 1980s and 90s, like they literally had a term for them. They were called feelies. Where you get like a Sierra Adventure game, you get like a police badge, you get like all sorts of like random stuff in there where it didn't really relate to the game, but it really helped you immerse in it. Like that was the thing during the big box PC era.
Yeah, exactly. Gears of War, I think 2 and 3 did this, where you open the box, they give you decals, and I'm like, okay, that's
collector's editions of video games,
Yeah, I have like a crap ton of collector's editions for Halo. Just gonna put that out there because that's my thing. But yeah, exactly. Or at least make like a collector's edition of the comic that has like all this stuff, that has like art prints from the different characters in the book.
Yeah,
and I'm like, this is why mainstream is having its ass kicked by crowdfunding.
And that's just why you fail.
That is why you failed, exactly. All right, Obi-Wan Episode 5 was fantastic.
I've stopped watching it.
Okay, but I will say, Episode 5 was good.
But I will say this. Ms. Marvel is actually pretty good.
Yes, I was genuinely surprised because you can go back to my channel. I hate Ms. Marvel in the comics. The show, I'm like, and this is the second time they've done it. They did it with Kate and Hawkeye. Somehow the MCU makes these characters better than the comics.
I think a lot of it is they cast likable actors in the roles.
Oh, yeah.
Like obviously, like for Kate Bishop, the actress is insanely likable. Like,
oh, yeah. Everyone loves
one,
Haley Steinfeld. You kidding me?
She's cute as a button, and the way she acts is super adorable, you know. And like the girl, they wanted like a Marvel fangirl kind of stuff, and the actress is perfectly portraying that. And not only that, but what I really like is all the characters are 3-dimensional. They all, like, her mother would have been very easy to cast her as like this angry whatever, but you can tell she has a reason for acting the way she does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like her father and all her family. Like, you might not agree with how they act, but like you can tell it comes from a place of love and caring, on protecting. You know, and then obviously there's a see, here's the difference between Obi-Wan and Ms. Marvel. With Ms. Marvel, they heavily hint at a backstory, and they give you a little bit of clues. Like, it's issue 2, and I already have more of an idea of the backstory than I do with Reva.
Yeah, they legit hinted at humans in episode 2.
You know, it's like it like literally the first episode when she got out the bangle, and the mother looked at it and instantly like, you know, like, okay, we're gonna go this upstairs. Like, that told you more than a whole 5-minute sequence with it, you know, the opening sequence of Obi-Wan. Like, why is Reva so after Obi-Wan? You know, like, the motivations are still very unclear.
They explain that in 5. I will say they explained the Reva really well in episode 5. That's what I will say.
After episode 4, I don't really have the patience.
Episode 4 was horrible. The whole sneaking her out in a trench coat was freaking stupid as hell.
Or like the whole like, you failed me. Oh, but I put a tracking on. This is totally my plan. Like, no, it wasn't.
Mm-mm. But
Like,
anyway,
I,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
like I can maybe like. I'm just tired of getting pissed off at Obi-Wan. Like, it seems like every episode there's something people are getting pissed off about. I'm just getting tired of this whole conversation, this whole thing. I just want to like something. I like Ms. Marvel. I'll participate in that. I'll defend it. But I'm just not passionate about Obi-Wan. Other people like it. Cool, whatever. But you know.
But yeah, and that explains it. I'm the perfect example. And once again, hate Ms. Marvel in the comics. I mean, and I actually read like I think the first issue of her series, and I was like, not for me. The show, on the other hand, it's good because it's like she wants to go to like Avengers Con, which I can't believe they don't act. I think Marvel hasn't capitalized on that and made Avengers Con. I'm like, come on, guys.
I feel like they did a really good job of explaining the world, the people, and her powers. Like, they kind of sprinkled it in, like, oh, it's hard light. You know, it's like the whole thing. It's like it's coming from you. It's like they sprinkled it in, and so, like, you know.
Eventually, at some point, she'll probably end up going in Brightest Day and Blackest Night. ... But I do.
Oh, you're saying she's going to become Limelight?
Yeah. But
her name's not Jessica Cruz, so we're good on that.
I love Jessica Cruz, but beyond that, my point is that somehow they make her likable, and that's the key point here. That's why no one likes Brie Larson, because she's unlikable as Captain Marvel.
It's like whenever you watch, you know, like the Avengers anime, you see the anime version of Captain Marvel.
Oh, yes.
Or even the Yosverse version of Ms. Marvel, the Carol Danvers Ms. Marvel.
Or the What If version. I love the What If version of Ms. Marvel.
And the thing is, Brie Williams is capable of being an interesting actress. Have you seen Scott Pilgrim vs. the World?
Mm-mm.
She's in it. She's like she's one of the, you know, she's a singer.
I saw her in Jump Street. I think she was in Jump Street.
Right? I saw her in Kong Skull Island. She was okay in it.
She was okay in that. The problem is that so Carol Danvers is supposed to be a little bit more of this cocky character, but which she kind of got. But the thing about Brie Larson's portrayal, and that could have just been the director, is just because she's very like wooden and unenergetic at all.
And here's the thing, like the difference between Carol Danvers and Tony Stark is Tony Stark gets checked. Like literally, like sure the first act of the movie is he's an arrogant, whatever, and and you kind of fall in love with his world, but he gets like shown the error of his ways. He becomes a better human through struggle. It just people don't want to see these arrogant characters just be arrogant and let the whole thing revolt. Like Shuri was fine in Black Panther because she was a side character.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like what little we got of her, like okay, fine, whatever. She's the Q. Like I still think Black Panther was at least a decent movie.
It was decent. Now take that on the other side of the spectrum. Remember Wonder Woman 1. So Wonder Woman starts off being very like, I guess like, what's the word? She's very like naive about the world, and then she learns the lesson about how men are violent, but she uses that as a lesson to build on her character. That again, she goes through an actual character arc. Captain Marvel goes through no arc besides I'm super powerful, respect me.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, I know. Telling me to respect your character doesn't work. You have to show me. It's like
it's like in Hawkeye, where like Kate Bishop in the comics was like, "I'm awesome, respect me," versus in this one, he had to earn it.
Yeah, even her in the Avengers game. Say what you want about the Avengers game, but she was really good in the Avengers game too. I'm like, why does people not like this character? Ms. Marvel was was more tolerable in the game, but still, I still think the show is the best version of Ms. Marvel we've had.
Yeah, even though it's like almost a completely different character, they changed her like her powers are completely different now.
Well, here's the thing about that: they're gonna inevitably bring in the Fantastic Four, and they don't want to have someone that has the exact same powers as Reed Richards, because that's what she has.
I guess we're not getting a Plastic Man movie anytime soon.
No, I think DC will do it.
Plastic Man is DC. I get it, but like I would say that was a joke.
Yeah, well, if they do a Plastic Man, it'll probably be a James Gunn movie, and then it'll be all this
infantile jokes. You know what would be really hilarious?
What?
They do a Fantastic Four movie, and John Krasinski is Mr. Fantastic again. I want to see a scene where he's eating spaghetti.
Yeah, that'd be so good. Yeah,
or just like they
show blue spaghetti.
Or just just show a plate of spaghetti. He looks down, it's like, sorry, not hungry. And it can be perfectly good in the context of the scene, but everyone's gonna get it. I want to see that so bad.
I want that so much. He's like, I'm not hungry. Who would you want to play Sue Storm though?
Emily Blunt, his real life wife.
Yeah, I guess that would work. Who would play Johnny? Chris Evans has hinted that he would come back to Marvel if he could play the Human Torch.
The only way I'd accept Chris Evans to come back is it's like a multiverse thing, and I want Michael B. Jordan to come back as also to come back as Human Torch. And I want them to have a scene together with Cap right there.
That'd be so good. And Deadpool goes, should you be on fire? He shows up with like a flamethrower and he's chasing Captain America. He's like, no, you're supposed to be on fire.
Oh, you know what they're gonna do?
What?
If they do like a multiverse thing with Deadpool, they're gonna have Ryan Reynolds' character from Blade Trinity pop out.
And then I was gonna say the X-Men Origins one will pop up, but Deadpool killed that one.
But I mean, come on, if they're doing a multiverse stuff as Deadpool, I'm sure Ryan Reynolds will be like, oh, you want me to cameo as my character from Blade Trinity? Okay.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds will do it. Oh my gosh, that dude will do it.
I hope we see it.
I love him so much in pretty much anything. You see, he was one of the things about the Green Lantern movie that I actually enjoyed. I liked him as Hal Jordan because he got that like cocky attitude. I think that if the suit had not been as bad as it was,
can you please not to make the suit green?
Yeah,
or animated?
Yeah, if the suit had not been, if the CGI had been more up there, I don't think that movie would have been as like panned as it was.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Who do you think should play Jon Stewart in DC?
Wayne T. Carr, the dude that was supposed to play him in the Snyderverse.
I might have seen his face, but I don't know the name.
Okay, so if I can't have that one, we could have.
I'm not saying you can't have him. I just don't know him.
I'll show you a picture, but Tyrese Gibson.
He's not that good of an actor.
True.
I don't think Tyrese Gibson has the range for Jon Stewart.
Here's Jon Stewart. Here's the Snyderverse Jon Stewart. I'll share my screen real quick.
Okay.
This is Wayne T. Carr. And that's what he was actually going to look like in the movie.
Looks wise, yeah, definitely. He looks like he pulled out Jon Stewart. I don't know if his acting. There's this one actor.
They could do a multiverse thing and make the guy who plays Deggle Jon Stewart, because I could see him playing Jon Stewart.
Well, he's supposed to be.
He's supposed to be, but apparently they just shut that down in the Arrowverse, and I'm like, why?
Even though like they had him do like a whole like guest starring Bonanza, you know, or they're trying to lead up to it. I don't know.
What I do want,
there's an actor that I have in. Okay,
right. But what I definitely do.
I don't. Okay, so for the actor that I have,
yeah,
I don't. Djimon Hounsou.
Djimon.
Guardians of the Galaxy, the guy who says, who?
Oh, I could see him playing Jon Stewart. He was also in Gladiator. Yeah, I could see that.
Like, seriously, he's got, like, the acting chops and the gravitas to play a really good Jon Stewart.
Yeah, 100%. I could definitely see that. I would love that. All right, you know what I want? It would be hilarious if a DC movie and Zack Snyder does a cameo as Zack Snyder. Because you know what's kind of funny? There's a Super Friends episode where they help, where a guy named Mr. Snyder is making a Justice League movie, and the Justice League help him. That'd be so great. Who would play Jessica Cruz? I think I have an actress in mind.
What about Becky G?
Could be that, or there's also Elsa Gonzalez.
Ariana Grande?
Too young. How about her? I have a screen share. I think she could do pretty well.
Oh, she's the girl from Baby Driver.
Yeah, I think she would do fantastically as Jay Cruz.
Yeah, she would.
Now, who would play? Honestly, I could see Ryan Reynolds playing Guy Gardner. Right? Because he's Guy Gardner!
Oh my god.
Wouldn't that be hilarious? He shows up as Guy Gardner, not as Hal Jordan. He says, I'm Green Lantern again! Guy Gardner.
Oh my god.
Okay, so good. Who would you have play Kyle?
I don't know enough about Kyle to make a casting choice.
He's kind of a younger Green Lantern character. I could see Dylan O'Brien playing him, but...
All right, who would play Hal Jordan if we're not doing Ryan Reynolds?
We're not doing Ryan Reynolds. Let's see, who could play?
Because then we also have to talk about Carol Ferris and Sinestro.
Yeah. Nathan Fillion?
If this was 2005, yes.
Really? I think he could still do it.
He's kind of a little bit too old. As much as I hate to say it, I mean, I still think Nathan Fillion could do older Nathan Drake, but you know.
Yeah, he definitely could. Remember that fan film that came out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the only Uncharted film that exists?
Oh yeah. I've never played the games, and I love that movie so much. I'm an Xbox guy, so that's why.
Oh, you filthy heathen!
But anyway, I was like, I would go see this, and then I still haven't seen the other one though.
The not Uncharted.
The not Uncharted. But anyway, so yeah, I could see. I mean, he could pull off a Hal Jordan, I think, still. But if we can't go him, honestly, let's see who would play a good Hal Jordan. And
Tom Cruise.
Oh yes, actually yes. That's
like
actually,
if all bets are off.
He basically just plays Maverick, but he has a Green Lantern ring.
Oh my god! Like,
because when you think about it, Maverick in the Top Gun movies is Hal Jordan.
How crazy would it be if Warner Brothers like teamed up with Paramount, be like, hey, let's do a Top Gun Maverick 2, but we're gonna turn this into a Green Lantern movie. Maverick is gonna become a Green Lantern.
Wouldn't that be fantastic? You find out his real name is Hal Jordan. He just changed his name before he enlisted.
well, Pete Mitchell, it's like, oh, you're on Run for the Law. Your real name's Pete Mitchell, like Hal Jordan or whatever.
That would be fantastic. I thought about that when I was walking out of Top Gun 2, which was fantastic, by the way.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yes.
Oh geez, that was like one of the best movies I've seen this year, completely. But anyway, I was like, they could really just like team up and make this a Hal Jordan origin movie. But now, who would play Sinestro?
Speaking of Top Gun Maverick, as far as like who could play Hal Jordan, the guy who played Jordan Teller.
Who
played Rooster.
Oh yes, Miles Teller. Yeah,
and he also played Mr. Fantastic. So like,
except his Mr. Fantastic was crappy. But okay, I can see what you're going.
But
with
I'm
that.
sorry, but his performance in Top Gun Maverick as Rooster convinced me he could do Hal Jordan.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely, he could do it.
Miles Teller, like if you want to do like Hal Jordan, Miles Teller,
Kyle Rayner, because Kyle's supposed to be his younger, like inexperienced Green Lantern that's more brash. He could do that.
Okay. Either or.
So we have our core.
I can actually see Miles Teller agreeing to be Hal Jordan. That could actually happen too.
Yeah, I could see that. And you know what? If he got cast as Hal, I wouldn't mind it. Who would play Sinestro for Can't Go Mark Strong? Because I think Mark Strong did a pretty good job as Sinestro.
It's got to be someone British.
Well, yeah.
What about the guy who played, what's his name? We got someone pop in, and I got to show the comic.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, every time I see someone pop in, I'm showing the comic because that's kind of what they're here for,
Exactly.
So yeah, sorry, that kind of derailed things a little bit, but like,
Tom
the guy. I mean, it would work. It could work.
It would actually work. That was a joke, but I'm like, wait a second, that would actually work really well.
But I'm trying to think of the guy who played Tywin Lannister in Game of Thrones.
I don't watch Game of Thrones, so.
I
gave it a season.
Other Hal Jordans. Kit Harington would be a good Hal Jordan.
Oh yes, yeah, I could definitely see him playing Hal Jordan if he could do an American accent. I could see that.
He probably can.
He can, but in terms of physicality, absolutely, he could do Hal Jordan. Oh, by the way, would you keep Blake Lively as Carol Ferris?
No, because especially if it's going to be a younger actor, it needs to be a younger actress, kind of similar in age.
Well, yeah, okay. But, okay, so let's come back to Sinestro, who plays Carol Ferris.
As cruel as this sounds, he's old enough to be like Carol Ferris's mother.
Yeah.
Listen, it's going to sound mean, but...
What if she plays Carol Ferris's mother in the movie?
I would be okay with that.
Yeah, and Ryan Reynolds plays Hal Jordan's father.
I would also be okay with that.
Yeah, like that's a good way to like show to like be like to pay homage to that movie.
On one condition.
What?
His father has a Pikachu pin on it.
Yes, exactly. Yes, there you go. And
wait.
He has a sword collection too. And he's a mouse surgeon.
No, there's a line in the flashback that says, "Last one in the pool is dead." Oh my god.
That's great.
Last one in the pool is dead. Is he dead? Did he have a stroke?
Don't get me started on that one. Joe Manganiello shows up.
Oh dear God! Fantasy, pure fantasy.
I will say that was probably exactly. That was probably one of the best castings Zach ever did. Is Joe Manganiello as Deathstroke?
Oh my God! Yes. Like, okay, this is kind of a little bit off base, but like somewhat related. Have you seen Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
No.
It's a Netflix sequel they did. It actually wasn't too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as a Pee-wee movie, it actually wasn't bad. Like, you go in there expecting kind of the usual Pee-wee stuff, and it you get what you came in there for. And actually, and Joe is actually in there as like, I want to go to Joe's house and have a party,
But yeah, exactly. It's kind of funny. When I saw him as Deathstroke in 2017, even I was like, okay, that's actually not bad.
And like I know how corny it is, but I do love like we need to make a league of our own. Like it's a bad bad punny reference, but it actually kind of fits. Like
I mean,
it helps that I
yeah.
like that movie.
Well, I mean, it works for that movie. I still think, remember, with the Snyder Cut, it was setting up a Batman movie, so that's why he had to say his name is Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
But I will say, in terms of like his voice and the look and the toughness in the face, yeah, I could definitely see him as Slade Wilson.
Yeah, I just wish they did this movie like 10, 15 years ago when we actually get Ron Perlman as Deathstroke.
That would also be really good.
I mean, he voiced not Deathstroke in the cartoon, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like, think of it like a Blade 2 era Ron Perlman.
Oh, you mean Slade?
Slade!
It was kind of funny. Once before I got into comics, I was watching that show, and I'm like, I like that villain. Then I play Injustice, which was my introduction to Deathstroke, and I'm like, wait a second here. Those of you that don't know, what actually happened is that when they were making Teen Titans, that's a kid's show, and they didn't want to have a villain named Deathstroke, so they just went Slade.
What's the cause of death? Stroke.
I'm about to give this dude a stroke. Oh boy, that sounds kind of bad.
Yeah.
I just realized that.
This stream suddenly got a lot more homoerotic.
But anyway, going back, who would play Carol Ferris?
That's a good question. Amber Heard. That was a shitpost.
Oh my gosh.
That was a joke response. I am not serious. Besides, he would shit the bed, so I don't think we should cast her.
Who's the most evil Lantern? Probably Lysa Drac, who's like a Yellow Lantern. I'll get a picture. Hang on.
I don't want Amber Heard anywhere near DC films ever again.
That's true, but here's who she can play that would actually be realistic, and she looks demonic.
No. There's only one role that I would be comfortable with Amber Heard playing.
What?
Granny Goodness.
Oh, okay, that would work.
And you don't even have, and the best part is, you don't even have to put age makeup on her.
Actually, that's true. But actually, here's another good one. So they could make her play Precious. Precious was a Fury that was auditioning to be the captain of the Furies, but then the Furies killed her. Like, brutally.
That's better than she deserves.
That's better than she deserves. But yeah, it's like, no, but she's in there for like 2 or 3 panels. She shows up. Furies, come and taste my blah. But anyway, she can play Parallax. No, I got it. Amber Heard plays Parallax.
Okay, so we're playing the casting game. So it's not confirmed, but it's looking like Amber Heard is going to get recast. Who should play Mira?
Emilia Clarke. Emilia Clarke is
Soda.
What?
Jinx Soda.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's no one else that comes to mind instantly. Plus the fact she has chemistry with Jason Momoa. That's key, and she's used to playing like a queenly character.
Okay, so Emilia Clarke is not the best actress, but she's still a better actress than Amber Heard.
And she has chemistry, because remember, the whole reason why they were going to recast her is because she didn't have chemistry with Jason Momoa.
Like, it's like instantly you'll have chemistry. It's like, and I'm sorry, but if all her scenes amount to like 10, 20 minutes of screen time, you could do a round of reshoots and reshoot her.
Oh yes, absolutely. It's not like the Ezra Miller thing where they have to reshoot the entire movie.
It's like kind of
or just cut her scenes out and then just recast her.
Well, apparently they can't, because I guess they have like a baby and like that's integral to the plot or something. I don't know.
But they could reference it off screen. Oh, Mara's over there having my baby.
Just bring in Emilia Clarke and do something like you did with Iron Man 2, where it's like, it's here, it's me, let's get used to it, whatever.
Or exactly. They could do that with Ezra. Just show up. Zack Snyder's Justice League 2. It's just another guy playing the Flash. You're done. You don't even have to explain it.
Here's the thing. Like, Aquaman's pretty easy. Like, that's a pretty easy kind of thing. It's just kind of, Flash is a lot more difficult because he's so integral to it. Like,
no, I mean, let's say that in terms of the Snyderverse stuff, just recast him because this is the.
They're going to recast him. They're going to recast him. The only reason they haven't is because they're doing a movie, which I honestly think at this point they're probably just going to dump the movie on HBO Max
or cancel it.
They put too much money into it to outright cancel it, I think.
That's true, but Ezra keeps doing stuff, and eventually, because this movie is going to forever have a pall over its head.
I do think, like, they might come to a point where releasing a movie, releasing in theaters, would literally lose them more money than they potentially get. So they're just dumping it on HBO Max just to get something out of it. You know?
Because this is one of those occasions where people saying I'm going to boycott this movie might actually happen.
Yeah. And I guarantee you, like with Aquaman, if they announce Amber Heard is being replaced by Emilia Clarke, and then like they show
the collective comic book Twitter would go, oh, which I would, because I think she would be a better casting than Amber Heard as Mara in the beginning.
Like just imagine, it's announced on Emilia Clarke's Twitter where like. Wait! Is that Emilia Clarke with Jason Momoa? Like, just let everyone she does this live thing, like, oh hey, I'm here with Jason Momoa, and like she kind of does her shit.
She's reading an Aquaman comic that has Mera on the cover. I'm doing some reading for a role.
Even better, like she kind of like it shows like like you only see her face and it leans down. She's wearing an Aquaman t-shirt.
Or no, she's wearing like a hoodie, and then she goes, "Oh yeah, here's my new role." She opens it and it hits the Mara T-shirt,
and then Jason Momoa, Jason Momoa just kind of like, okay, we're getting too sexual with this.
He whips the camera up and goes, "Hell yeah!"
Yeah, because if they could get Jason Momoa and Emilia Clarke right, they got to do something Game of Thrones related, like.
Yeah, they're gonna make a bunch of jokes.
Like, I mean, the jokes on Twitter or like just the announcement, like it's like, hey, Amelia, I know you wanted a crown of gold, so it's like, it's the Mira tiara,
Or it's like she goes, "Where are my seahorses?" Can you imagine?
Instead of fire and blood, it's water and blood. Blood in the water, like.
Well, and she says that on her time of the month. I had to. Yeah, I had to. You set me up.
I almost want to cancel the stream. That was so bad.
You set me up so well for that.
And that's what makes it worse.
Yeah, exactly. It's not worse than anything you've said on my shows, so.
Hey, I've been trying to rein myself in. Like, this is a rated R stream, so I can say fuck, shit, pussy all I want. On your stream, you want it PG, so I just do what you say. So, but you're in my realm. You're in the realm of the Phoenix Press now, so you can say whatever the fuck you want.
Okay, Amber Heard shit the bed.
Well, that's pretty tame, but yeah, you got the right spirit at least.
Yeah, but anyway. So, absolutely they should recast put Emilia Clarke as Mara. That's like the biggest no-brainer.
Yeah.
Which I think after Aquaman 2, it's guaranteed she's out.
Yeah, anyway. after 2, yeah. I just don't know what they're going to do with Flash. I think dumping it on HBO Max probably would be best.
Either that or pull it, but see, if he keeps doing stuff like this, I don't think they're going to release it because it's going to make it look like they're trying to profit in some way off of the Ezra Miller drama. I really don't. Eventually, he's going to do something, particularly if the person he kidnapped gets hurt. Yeah.
If she gets like, that's the thing. Like, if she gets hurt, yeah, they're not going to release the movie, or the very most they're going to say,
indefinitely.
Just reshoot the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, at this point, they're just going to be like, screw it. We'll pay the money at this point if we have to. Because here's the problem. Here's the problem with not.
Call Grant Gustin. Get him on a plane up here. I don't fucking care at this point. We're going to reshoot this whole entire movie. Also, Michael Keaton, you get more Michael Keaton. Also, you call Billy D. Williams, have him put on some Two-Face makeup. This is now a Batman movie with Flash in it.
But here's the problem, though. Is that if they have to delay the Flash, let's say they go that route and they delay it, they would have to delay also Batgirl because that take place after the Flash.
You're saying that like it's a bad thing.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I'm like, here's the thing. Let's say they cancel it. What do they do with the other movies? Cancel those too, maybe?
I don't know.
Or they could give Zack Snyder a call and say, you can come back if you recast Ezra. While we trying to figure out what the hell we're doing on this side, release content.
It's like, hey, Zach, you want to do a Batman movie with Ben Affleck?
Yeah, have Ben Affleck go, hey, Ben, we'll give you anything you want to come back. You can have total creative freedom for this. Hey, Joe, remember that Deathstroke movie we were supposed to get? Please.
Or, hey, Zach, you want to do a Batman Beyond movie? We have Michael Keaton right here. He's still willing to do stuff with us. Let's just cast Dylan O'Brien as Terry McGinnis, and we'll put it in the Batman 1989 verse.
What I would do, by the way, is significantly cut down the Michael Keaton and make it so he's not the Batman of the universe because he's, speaking of actors, too old. I would just have him be like a cameo in Flash. That's it. Done. As
a Batman, if we do a Batman Beyond movie...
Beyond, that's a different story. But I'm just saying the way DC has him set up right now to be the main Batman, no, that's stupid. Batman Beyond, fine, totally, because that's the thing. I'm fine with that.
Even if they do like that one episode where Batman suits up in the mech armor that one last time, you can still pull that off with Michael Keaton.
Yeah, but at this point, I'm like, no, this is the horrible idea. You know what it is? Warner Brothers doesn't know what they're doing, so they're trying to bank off nostalgia.
And they're just like boom, 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 whatever, like
whatever sticks. And even Zaslav is like, the hell are you guys doing? Where's the Superman movie?
I will say this though. Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn and the Joker.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, that'll work. Even if it's a musical, who cares? I don't care.
I'm like, no. But yeah, for that Joker, I could see Gaga playing.
Yeah, for that, because Lady Gaga is actually a really good actress.
Yeah, she is.
And her playing maybe a little bit older Harley Quinn, because Arthur Fleck is kind of older himself, so you're not gonna put some 22-year-old in a bikini and whatever. Mm-hmm. She's probably gonna play like a 35, 40-year-old Harley Quinn, kind of thing. I think Lady Gaga would be really good for that kind of performance.
Yeah, exactly. I think she'll do really well. But going back, I think
I just wish they cast Tara Strong for a live action because.
Yeah, exactly. But the point is, this is when Zaslav should say, okay, so what can we put out now while we're going through all this recasting stuff? And
Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond. But Zach had an entire Batman series. Here's what the Snyderverse had. Not just Justice League. You had Man of Steel 2.
Cyborg! Do a freaking
Cyborg movie. Deathstroke. Nightwing.
Well, Nightwing and Deathstroke need setup.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, Nightwing needs setup because Nightwing's popular, but you need to have him in another movie before you do a spinoff.
Okay, I can see that.
See, that's kind of the problem you're running into with Batgirl because you're shoving her into a Flash movie where, Batman's in it, but you're not going to give her enough screen time.
Well, actually, what they could do, release the Batman series first. Establish Grayson. Well, they can't do Grayson because he's dead in the Snyderverse, but establish who you're going to have as Nightwing there.
Well, here's the thing. They never said in the movies which Robin it was.
They had a tombstone that said Dick Grayson, and Zach himself said it's Dick Grayson.
Okay, it's retcon. They're going to CG it out, and it's going to say Jason Todd now.
All right, whatever. That's what I think they should do, but my point is...
that's the perfect setup for a Red Hood. You want to do Red Hood.
And if there's one character that fits into Zack Snyder the best, it's Red freaking Hood.
Seriously. They could have set up a Under the Red Hood movie.
Which they could still do and just...
Also, Jensen Ackles is playing Red Hood.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's no one else I can see...
especially after, have you seen him play Soldier Boy?
Yes! I'm like, yes!
like we need to get this guy into more superhero movies. This guy is like a better actor than people realize, and like
absolutely. I want first off, I want Jensen Ackles in more stuff because he's fantastic.
Jensen Ackles for Hal Jordan.
Yes, that I could see. That is perfect. Why didn't we think of that before?
Because we weren't in a supernatural kind of mood.
Well, that's true. I know. It's like I felt like I was under a red hood. I was so blinded. But anyway. But yeah, so they have. This is what people don't understand. The Snyderverse is not just the Justice League movies. Man of Steel 2, Batman, Deathstroke. There's so much. Pretty much. Remember after like BVS, they released that roadmap of all those movies. That's what the Snyderverse is. So really, they could say, okay, so Zach, we'll use your stuff as a delaying delaying force. Give
what
the
they
people
need
this.
is some stability. Like they're trying to just throw stuff at the wall, seeing what sticks.
Plus,
but
also
the reason why the Marvel Cinematic Universe worked is it had structure.
Exactly, and this is what we said. This is what I always tell people: say what you want about Zack Snyder's movies. You can hate them or whatever. I don't care. At least he had a plan. What Warner Brothers is doing right now is the complete opposite of having a plan.
Like they need to kind of start if get Zack Snyder in and have him start building towards Darkseid, anti-life equation, like seriously.
Because it was going to reboot after Justice League 3, so it's not like he was going to be there for 20 years.
And the best part is, given like the Snyder adjacent stuff they've done, they can still do it. They haven't fucked it up enough that they still can't backtrack and go back that direction.
Well, yeah, because they could just do Batman and then Ben Affleck Batman. That's the good part. That's why I still consider Shazam and Aquaman in the Snyderverse, because they're general enough. Granted, there are some things you can't like rectify, but you're always going to.
Like, I thought it was pretty obvious because like they use a lot of the same, like the Batman symbols are the same, like.
Well, the thing is, it's like Aquaman being kind of angry at his mom for abandoning him, but in the but in Aquaman movie, he's like sad about it. But I mean,
here's what you got to realize: Aquaman was made to go from Justice League. That's what you got to keep in mind. Like, like Aquaman was made to play from Justice League.
But here's the thing, though. He still was pretty down on his mom in Justice League, so it still lines up.
Okay.
So my point is, and I've heard people point out like Atlan's trident looks different. Well, that's because Atlan got the trident and then the place sank. So you can still explain that's his super trident.
The big thing for me was if you watch the Snyder cut, it does actually conflict very heavily with Aquaman. Like, for example, Aquaman can just go down to Atlan and go see Atlan's trident whenever he wants. Even Orko could go there.
That wasn't Atlan's trident. That was just a statue, though.
But it had the Atlan's trident on. I'm pretty sure. Like,
it could be a statue of his. It could be a statue of his trident, and it was the trident that he had in the final.
I don't know. I think that kind of sounds like more justification to me because, like, I haven't seen like that scene. Do we need to pull up that scene?
I can do that.
I don't think I won't. I'm sure I don't have to twist your arm too much to watch a Snyder cut scene.
Oh, absolutely not. I've seen the movie 9 times. I'm working on number 10. Trying to get that scene because it's not as hard as you would think. All right, hang on. No, I have it pulled up. Yeah, that's not Atlan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now myself, and it's literally it's mother's trident.
There you go. I'm showing them on my screen. It lines up. It's not as hard as you think it is.
I mean, the big one is like the air bubbles to speak, which I think
you can explain that off as saying that's the way they speak if they want privacy, and just say blah 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 blah. That's it. That's all you can explain it. And then there you go. In other words, Aquaman and Shazam are general enough that you could just say they take place in the Snyderverse. Just say these Snyderverse movies.
I mean, Aquaman I thought was pretty clear because Mira literally said you say Steppenwolf.
Yeah, even though she doesn't have the accent, but that's But that's also you could just say that's just movie stuff. But and also Shazam, they mentioned Man of Steel. They have a Batflex Batarang, and Superman shows up in the Superman suit. And you can always say
lightning in my hands.
Yeah, and you could always say, okay, so the reason why he doesn't have the black suit is because that's after he transitions back into the blue suit. Because remember, the black suit's temporary; it's a regeneration suit.
Yeah, like seriously, it's like he has more than one suit.
Yeah, it's not that hard to. In other words, it doesn't require much for Warner Brothers to say, for right now, the Snyderverse is canon. We're gonna go with that, and then they don't even have to think very hard on how to take the other projects they've done and put it in the Snyderverse.
Yeah.
But by the way, I still maintain faith that we will get David Ayer's Suicide Squad cuts at some point.
Yeah, I want the Schumacher cut. That's what I
want. Yeah, that too. That's what I think Zaslav should be doing too, is in order to I guess make it up to the fans or build goodwill, start releasing all these director's cuts.
Yeah, those would seriously, those would take about maybe a year to do. Like the Schumacher cut would take a year to kind of finish, because that's just digging out the footage, editing it, maybe redoing some special, minimal work. Even if it's
the Ayer cut. And the Ayer cut, David Ayer legit said there's less work to be done on that than there was for Justice League.
Okay, yeah, Ayer cut maybe my Ayer cut might take the same amount of time, but maybe a little bit more expensive. But with the Schumacher cut, that would be stupidly cheap to put out.
Yeah, exactly. And then that's what you should just be doing. And you have HBO Max, the perfect platform to just dump these on there.
What other cuts do you think there are that we should be thinking about? Because obviously there's the big two we talked about. Obviously we got the Richard Donner cut of Superman 2. We got that 15 years ago.
I still haven't watched.
Yeah.
And by the way, I still can't believe we got a Snyder cut of Justice League. I'm just going to say that in advance.
Well, that was more AT&T's doing than Warner's.
Well, but still, I can't believe we got it because 3 years later.
I mean, AT&T, they wanted content for HBO Max, and that's why they Warner Brothers, if it was up to them, they wouldn't have done it. Why do you think even after the Snyder cut was such a hit, they're like, oh, this was a one-time event, don't expect more of this.
Well, once again, I still say they're going to restore the Snyderverse soon, because remember, the reason why they released the Snyder Cut was because AT&T wanted content for HBO Max. Right now, Zaslav needs content to fix this DCEU, so the conditions are practically the same.
Yeah, which is why Ayer Cut has more traction than Schumacher Cut.
Oh yeah, but still, I would love to see it, because I want to see how different that Batman movie is with the actual, because I've seen people recount what's kind of in it, and then it's this is way better.
Because here's the thing: if you look at Joel Schumacher's filmography, for example, Lost Boys, which is practically a Batman movie. Let's kind of be real here. Schumacher can do dark and gritty films. He's perfectly capable of it. And in fact, you could say it's kind of dark, gritty, beautiful, artsy films are kind of the specialty. The kind of film he made with Batman and Robin and Batman Forever are not really, those are exceptions rather than the rule,
Yeah, I'm sure he could make a good movie. And you know why I think Warner's a little hesitant to release all these director cuts and make them all look like idiots? Because it's you gave us this?
Well, and the thing is, with the Schumacher cut, that was 20 years ago. So it's all the people who have left, who get all their panties in a bunch, they're long gone.
Yeah.
So,
but
Ayer cut is a little bit different. Oh, we got a Piggy in the chat. Hey, General Piggy.
What's up, General?
Since yes. Yeah. Listen. What do you think, Piggy? Does that look pretty good? This is the backer edition. These are limited editions. So the thing about this version is, once these are gone, they're gone. I am not making another version with the backer edition on it. I mean, I do have versions that are foil. Those I'll make again, but these are limited. So yeah.
Awesome. So anyway, going back to it, but it's like the reason why they wouldn't do like the Ayer cut because it'll make them look like idiots because look at how stupid they looked when they released the Snyder cut. They were everyone was like, "Why didn't you give us this?" You notice people's opinions of Zack Snyder changed the minute they saw the Snyder cut because they're like, "Oh, I get it now."
Like even what's hilarious is if you read even like the worst reviews of the Snyder Cut, even the worst reviews say like, okay, yeah, it's actually a better movie. It makes more sense now. Like even they had to grudgingly admit, like, yeah, it's better.
Yeah, I was on Nerdette's newsstand like a couple of months ago, and even she said, because I mentioned about how I like the Snyder cut, she said, "I will give you this," because she's anti-Snyder. "I will give you this. It was better than the Whedon cut." I'm like, thank you. At least you're gonna give me that. If you can admit that, fine.
In Joss's defense, if he had done Justice League from the start, it would have been a better movie.
Would have been a little better, and it wouldn't have had this.
It would have been it would have been Avengers with the DC skin on it. Let's be honest.
It kind of was, but it would have been even more of Avengers.
That's what he was trying to do. That's what he was trying to do. But he was still hamstrung by the Snyder cut and working around that footage.
Yeah, that's true. But
it would have been a poor man's Avengers at best.
Yeah, and then everyone, all the MCU stands would have loved it and said, "This is the greatest DC movie of all time."
Oh, there's a joke every 0.5 seconds. Best movie ever.
It's like so many people. I saw recently someone was posting a tweet about a clip from Peacemaker where they're making a bunch of fart jokes and said, "This is the way the DCEU should be. A really juvenile humor."
Oh, I had to check out from all that Peacemaker discourse.
I hate Peacemaker. I gave it 3 episodes.
Okay, so Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2 are actually decent movies. I do like those movies.
Yeah, me too.
And James Gunn, I do like him as a creator. Like the Scooby-Doo movies are amazing. I've only seen the first one.
I did like his Suicide Squad movie. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. Peacemaker, on the other hand.
Yeah, so they really shouldn't have called it the Suicide Squad. I think that really confused people.
Yeah, but
also it's like it's like a semi sequel to the Suicide Squad, but not really.
But here's the thing with the Suicide Squad: you can say it's a sequel because guess what? Same characters show up. With the Suicide Squad release, since it's just a bunch of villains going on Black Ops missions, you don't really have to like reference what happened in the past.
That's fair. But I do think the title itself kind of confuses people.
Oh, yeah. But it's like, see, I like that. But then when I saw Peacemaker, he took the infantile humor and the really, really, really distractingly graphic humor and just ramped it up to like 2000 to the point where I was like, I don't want to watch this anymore.
Yeah, I never really understood people who think, oh, who like, oh, it's going to be funny. We're going to say the F word a bunch of times.
He saved the Justice League. That's what people said when they showed up for a cameo. And I'm like, how?
They ruined Aquaman. Like have him be like, fuck you, Barry. Like,
well to be fair, that is that version of Aquaman. So I'm like, you know what? I was fine with that. But it's just people saying he saved DC, saved the no. I'm like, no, he didn't.
No.
Even James Gunn says he doesn't want to do any of the big characters because he said, why would I? I want to do all the characters that don't get much attention. Which I'm like, okay, do that. That's fine.
Well, let's be fair. The reason he likes to do the character of attention is because he can change him however he wants and no one's going to give a fuck.
Yeah, that's true. And
which,
that's good.
I in all fairness, is fair.
People wanted him to do a Superman movie, and I'm like, oh, no.
He did do a Superman movie. It's called Brightburn.
And actually, that was really good. I like that.
Like, seriously, James Gunn did Brightburn. That's his Superman movie.
We have to do a stream at one point where we talk about Brightburn because I love that movie so much.
I need to see it first, so I'm gonna have to watch it.
It's so freaking good. It's like the origin for Injustice Evil Superman.
So many evil Superman. I just want to see like a battle royale.
Actually,
I want to see like a battle, like an animation where it's like
a multiverse movie.
And all the Superman they fight, because and also the first one to die is going to be Homelander.
Oh yeah, because there's no way he's going up against like Zack Snyder Superman who beat the shit out of Steppenwolf.
Omni-Man, Superior Man, Sentry, like all of them are so
Hyperion.
Yeah.
I would love a
Brightburn.
Squadron Supreme versus Justice League movie.
Squadron Supreme versus All-Star Squadron.
By the way, it's kind of funny. They made a joke about that in JLA Avengers, where Hawkeye they're fighting the Justice League, and Hawkeye goes, "Oh, don't worry, these guys are just Squadron Supreme knockoffs."
They went there.
They went there. That was so. It's kind of funny because it's the complete opposite, but I love that joke.
Well, yeah, that's a joke. I just have you seen the death battle of Omni-Man versus Homelander?
No, I haven't yet.
It is such a curb stomp.
Oh yeah, this whole Homelander get defeated.
Yeah, easily because
Yeah,
Omni-Man, Omni-Man could actually probably give Superman a run for his money.
Run for his money. I don't think he could beat him, but I think he could put up a fight.
But it like Superman would actually have to really put in some effort.
So it would essentially be Superman v Zod, kind of.
Yeah, similar to that because Omni-Man is like
he wiped out a planet of aliens in the show. That was a fantastic show, by the way.
I need to see it.
Oh my gosh, that's like one of the best comic book animated shows of all time.
And then another comparison. It's like, I want to see Quicksilver and Flash do a race. Like, no, you don't, because Quicksilver is not that Barry.
No!
Barry has gone faster than speed itself.
Have you seen the Oscars? That indicates why what would happen. Barry would just take off.
I think Quicksilver, he's a little bit faster than the speed of sound. I think that's kind of
Barry has gone so fast he went back in time.
Yeah, Quicksilver is nowhere like a race around the globe. Flash. Go. It's I just raced around the globe 3 times, and Quicksilver's only gone 5 feet.
Yeah, and it's and this gets back into something I always say on my channel. I think we talked about this on Comics League. It's everyone always says, okay, and I saw a great Instagram short explaining this. Everyone says Avengers versus the Justice League. And I'm like, one side only has one god. And
the only two Avengers that could give the Justice League any sort of threat is Thor and Hulk.
Yeah, exactly. But
Iron Man, maybe, but
no, Iron Man is going down because, yes, he could build a kryptonite suit. Yes, but then he has to fight Wonder Woman. Or Batman just EMPs his ass and then beats.
I'm trying to think of all the characters in Avengers. If you add Spider-Man to the mix, then it gets a little bit more interesting. If you add Wolverine to the mix,
Superman would throw him into the sun, and plus adamantium can't penetrate Kryptonian skin.
But still,
it'd be cool. He tries to stab.
But here's the
Superman.
problem. Here's the problem. You basically pit Thor against Superman. They basically if nothing else to keep Superman busy. The Hulk, because because you'd have Thor versus Superman, then it's Hulk versus the core of the Justice League. They could take down Hulk, but it would be a struggle because Hulk would effectively be
I think Batman could be Hulk because he'd bring in the Justice Buster suit, which was a suit that he built to take out the members of the Justice League.
That's if he has prep time,
No, he would probably say, okay, so what Batman would do is he would grab what's the closest approximation to this guy that I could grab on a short notice. Okay, Justice Buster.
If you give Batman prep time, he can beat anyone.
Oh, so yeah, of course.
I'm taking that out of the equation. I'm just saying Batman in a normal suit.
No, what I'm still saying, I'm not saying, what I mean is that don't give him prep time, but Batman is still at some point going to realize, okay, let me try this, and he'll bring in stuff that he has used in the past.
I'm kind of I would be more comfortable taking that out.
Okay, well, in that case,
because then he could make an argument for. I mean, Wonder Woman is the second powerhouse next to. She'd basically be the one to kind of at least keep the Hulk at bay.
Yeah, and then really, and then what this Instagram person said is that Superman and Flash, they would take out the Avengers.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Flash in this instance.
Because he would just kill everyone before they, or just maim everyone before they have a chance to move.
Yeah, they're bloodlusted and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. If they're Zack Snyder's Justice League and they're okay with killing people, and if they're fighting near the ocean, it's over. It's just Aquaman.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what anything the Avengers could do. Like even now, if we bring in the X-Men, like X-Men,
The X-Men would be the X-Men versus the Justice League would be more of a fight. I still think the Justice League could pull it off by the skin of their teeth, but it would be more of a fight.
because Superman does it like as far as the telepathic attacks. Superman, it also that's one of his like non-defense stuff. Like he does kind of is vulnerable to telepathic attacks.
Yeah.
So like let's say it's Phoenix, not full Phoenix Force, but just like basically Chris Claremont era Phoenix, but before the Dark Phoenix saga. So like that kind of powerful, but not like crazy powerful Phoenix. I'm assembling an X-Men crew. So you got Wolverine, Cyclops,
Emma Frost.
I'm taking her out of it because that's another telepath. I kind of want to say Gambit because he would actually be useful, but Rogue.
Jubilee, the most powerful X-Men.
No, I'm bringing Rogue into this.
Okay, yeah, Rogue.
Because if you bring Rogue into this, one touch of Superman, she basically not only does she incapacitate Superman, she gets his powers. Boom.
But does she take
over.
his weakness? Because Batman walks everywhere with kryptonite. They've never really addressed that, though. Because kryptonite cancels out Superman's powers. So a Batman would just grab red kryptonite and just say, there you go.
I mean, yeah. But the thing is, Rogue can take more than one power at once. So like he could also touch Wonder Woman or the Flash.
And Batman goes, break out the Justice Buster suit. It's a real thing.
You keep bringing into that, like
because guess what? It's a suit designed to kill all the members of the Justice League.
Yeah, I'm going to say that probably if she takes Superman powers, she gets a weakness, but it's not as effective.
But it's enough so the other League members could take her out. I still think the Phoenix are.
But here's the question: does she have Ms. Marvel's powers in this scenario?
Well, yeah, because we're going with the.
So she has the flight and super strength. So it's like she herself is pretty powerful.
Yeah, she could still do it. But here's the thing: it's like the X-Men are the closest I think to a Justice League power level, but I still think the League could do it.
It's a little more close. Like I'd say
it'd be a close fight, but I still say
it really depends on which X-Men members you got. Like.
True.
Let's say Franklin Richards walks onto the screen. Or Scarlet Witch. No more League.
No more meta-humans.
I mean, that's not really how our powers work, but you know.
But yeah, but it really depends. But if you're going classic X-Men versus classic JLA, yeah, it's JLA.
Okay. So you want like an actual team? So we talking like the 60s X-Men or like the original Chris Claremont?
Chris Claremont X-Men versus Grant Morrison JLA.
I'm looking up the X-Men, the roster. Okay, Uncanny X-Men, 1975. Okay. A team featured a new international team consisting of Scott Summers, Cyclops, Banshee, Sunfire, Wolverine, Storm, Nightcrawler, Colossus, and Thunderbird. That's a pretty powerful team.
That is, but still.
Like, Sunfire alone, you realize Sunfire is pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Banshee, like his scream. Storm is an Omega level mutant. You know that, right?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, Wolverine, obviously. Nightcrawler is no joke. Colossus could probably, is pretty, like, these are some powerhouses.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Yeah.
I
But,
still think that the league could do it.
I think they could, but you're kind of talking more of like, if we're doing 10 battles, like, we're kind of getting to the point where like the league wins 6 or 7, and then the X-Men win 3 or 4. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
Like, we're getting to where like the Avengers still win the majority, but like it's a lot closer, a lot more even.
And it is hyper dependent upon the team makeup. So
Yeah, Claremont X-Men. That's
oh boy, yeah.
I mean,
that's a powerhouse.
see, here's the problem: if you bring in the '60s X-Men, because Iceman is Omega as well.
But Superman has heat vision.
Fuck.
Is that really? I'm like, wait a second. Yeah, but Superman can burn ice.
Still, see here, it was like Angel, Beast. Yeah, there's like not as many full-on powerhouses. Plus, like, if you're doing like, we're scaling them down to like their 1960s power level, not their more modern power levels. Because, like, for example, Jean Grey becomes Phoenix, and if we bring Dark Phoenix in, yeah, Dark Phoenix could just wipe out the whole Justice League in a minute.
Well, there is the fact that if we're going that route, I could bring in the Superman that was pulling a solar system on a chain.
You got to realize Dark Phoenix is like Dr. Manhattan level, like almost. Like, we're talking like mega cosmic level.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, honestly, if Dark Phoenix was Dark Phoenix is almost like on it's like isn't Phoenix the Celestial, like the Phoenix Force?
I don't think it's a celestial. I think it's a celestial force. I don't think it's a celestial.
Like, it's like Galactus fears the Phoenix Force.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff. So it's like, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you just have Dark Phoenix versus the Justice League, he would wipe the floor almost instantly. Like, he's like,
Not they have Green Lantern. I think Hal Jordan could do something there because he's fought many different powerful beings like that.
I mean, I don't know. You're still kind of getting a bit dicey because like Dark Phoenix makes the MCU version of Wanda look pathetic by comparison.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know.
Like Multiverse of Madness, Wanda is crazy powerful. Like, yeah, but like Dark Phoenix is. I'm saying she's like Dr. Manhattan level. Like, that would be a fight.
That would be a fight. I'm so disappointed that they didn't really flesh out Wanda's power in the Multiverse of Madness movie.
Like, I feel like even like up to the WandaVision, I felt like okay, she's a Scarlet Witch. Like, that was what it was. The Mind Stone brought those powers out of her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought, like, okay, that's fair. That's fine. That works. She's amplified. Her powers were amplified by the Mind Stone. She was always a Scarlet Witch.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was fair.
Yeah, that was a good way to do it in the MCU.
Yeah, but we have been going for a while. We should probably kind of wrap things up.
Okay, cool.
So, one more look at the comic. It
looks really good. Looks really good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, this has been Nick Gibson with the Phoenix Press, and remember, I can only show you the door. You're the ones to walk through it.